Well, we're looking at a pollen count today that looks pretty good. You know, molds are low at 230, ragweed is low, and pigweed is low as well. As far as temperatures out there right now, it's in the 50s. Now it's in the 60s. Just in the last minute, it changed to 65 degrees. But we're going to have a bit of a weather whiplash today. Big swing in temperatures. 59 was the low this morning, 93 this afternoon. That's a 34-degree swing.
Oh my goodness, we got the weather swings, we have record-breaking heat. We had 50 degrees earlier. I mean, this is keeping you on your toes.
Yep, and there's a small chance for rain this week too.
All right, don't go anywhere. We have a lot more to talk about on GMSA. We'll be right back. All right, we are starting off with a live look out of the Alamo City. It's cool to start the morning. Can't see a cloud in the sky, although it was cooler just a little bit ago. We are now at 64 degrees. Thank you so much for starting your Saturday with us. Good morning. It is 9 o'clock. It is October 21st. And last week, it really felt like October. Did you guys dive into the fall festivities yet?
Oh my goodness. Well, I definitely had my coffee out on the patio because it was nice and cool in some of those mornings, our coolest weather we'd seen since March. But in typical fall fashion in South Central Texas, we're back to the heat.
We're back.
Enjoy the cool morning though now, because these are the coolest temperatures we're going to see for the next 5 to 7 days. It's 65 degrees in San Antonio after a morning low of 59, 55 in Boerne, 56 in Kerrville. Winds are generally calm right now, but they'll be turning to the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It is going to be a warm day though, in spite of the cool start. In fact, potential record-breaking heat in San Antonio. The forecast high is 93. Our average high this time of year is 81, so we're going to be 12 degrees hotter than that. 91 in Boerne, 94 in Bandera, 93 in Devine, Nixon, Smiley area at 95, 94 in New Braunfels, 92 in Uvalde, and 92 in Utopia. Now, as we look at the weekend forecast, even though it's going to be hot today, we are going to have low humidity, so all in all, a pleasant day for us. Tomorrow, temperatures will be cooler, 86 for the high, but it is going to be noticeably humid. So soak up the low humidity today. That humidity, one of the ingredients for at least a shot at rain next week. Those details coming up. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, a crash ends with a truck inside a house. This all unfolding on the city's south side. Now the driver is behind bars after being arrested. Police accusing him of driving while intoxicated. So take a look at the screen. You can see that pickup fully submerged into the home. Now, San Antonio police say the driver crashed into this house around 1 this morning. He suffered minor injuries. He was actually treated on the scene, but also arrested for a possibility of a DWI. Luckily, police say no one inside the house was injured. We are still waiting to learn how much this could all cost. And this morning, we are learning more about 40-year-old Jesus Prado. So he's the suspect accused of shooting 2 San Antonio police officers on Thursday. Those 2 officers needing surgery after being shot at a home on Amistad Pass on the northeast side. Now, police say this all started when Prado went to the house to get his kids. That's what investigators say. He started arguing with his wife, then doused the home in gasoline, threatening to set it on fire. SAPD responded, and when they did, both of the officers, the first ones on the scene, they were shot. We know that they're still recovering. Their names not yet been released. Prado, though, charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder of a police officer and 1 count of deadly conduct. All right, family members of a murdered teenager accused of attacking a man on trial for committing that murder. And this all unfolded on camera right in the middle of a Bexar County courtroom. Take a look. So this melee unfolding in the 144th District Court. It ended with 4 people, including 2 minors in that courtroom, charged with assault and impeding a court proceeding. So this was supposed to be a routine hearing for defendant Victor Rivas. He's charged with killing 15-year-old Ethan Soto in May of last year. Rivas was handcuffed. He was in the jury box, and he was hit repeatedly with closed fists after members of Soto's family jumped over the partition and attacked the man on jury. You can see it right there. Administrative Judge Ron Hell says these types of violent outbursts, they're not uncommon.
Think about courtrooms. You're bringing in victims of violent crimes with people that are accused of committing those crimes. And so oftentimes courtrooms can become powder kegs. One little spark can ignite.
As for the man who's sitting in trial, Rivas, he was checked out by paramedics at the courthouse for a facial injury. But as we told you, 4 people involved in that brawl. They're being charged. 2 of the minors, they're going to be charged with assault causing bodily injury and impeding a court proceeding, both Class A misdemeanors. As for the judge, Judge Ron Hall, well, he confirmed Judge Michael Mary. He hit the panic button. He left the courtroom as judges are instructed to do if situations like this arise. And no court staff members were hurt during the fight. In your morning headlines, we are now in day 14 since the terrorist organization Hamas launched an attack on Israel. Thousands of people have died, thousands more injured after this unprecedented surprise attack on Israel on October 7th. On top of the death and destruction, still hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza. As we've been reporting, 2 American citizens, those hostages, they were released yesterday, the American mother and daughter, 2 of the 200 hostages taken by Hamas. As for the humanitarian situation, well, the Rafah border crossing between Egypt and Gaza that opened briefly earlier this morning. It allowed for the first wave of humanitarian aid to be delivered. And the border closed again after 20 trucks carrying much-needed supplies, mostly medicine, crossed into Gaza from the Egyptian side. Time now 9:05, 67 degrees out. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. Facing fears, reaching goals, and living life to the fullest. It's what one local veteran and his service dog, that's what they're doing after being paired together. So they were actually paired together through the nonprofit organization, Canines for Warriors, and the 2, well, now they can't leave each other's sights. KSAT producer Kaylin Silva has their story.
Meet Danny Onvimala, an Army veteran of 20 years, and his battle buddy, Private, a black Labrador retriever.
Yeah? Good. Here you go.
Danny suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and a traumatic brain injury following explosions in Iraq. Private was introduced to Danny through Canines for Warriors, a nonprofit organization that pairs trained service dogs with veterans suffering from PTSD and other military trauma. Before Private, Danny spent 5 years after his retirement from the Army away from the outside world.
Before I received Private, I spent 5 years after my retirement isolated in my garage. Too anxiety-filled, too afraid, too angry to actually leave my house. Once I was paired with Private, the day I paired, I cried. I cried hard the day I was paired with him. But since I've had Private, like I never feel alone anymore.
Now the 2 are inseparable. Private helps Danny achieve his goals, one he hasn't reached in years.
He also forces me to get out of my comfort zone, set a goal, and achieve that goal. One of my latest goals was to go to the lake, as I have not been to any water activities in over a decade. And I was actually able to take my 3 kids and Private, and we all went to the lake. Since Private's been with me, I can't see my life without him because he is a part of me.
Danny, now a warrior trainer at the nonprofit, mentors other veterans and teaches them how to depend on their service animals. His message to other veterans: you are not alone.
At one point, I thought I was alone. And once I met Canines for Warriors, got involved in an organization, I found out that I'm not. I would just tell every veteran, do not give up. Canines for Warriors is here. Other organizations are here. But you are not alone.
As for Danny and Private, their journey has just begun.
But at the end of the day, he is my battle buddy. He takes care of me, and I take care of him.
Caitlin Silva, KSAT 12 News.
Oh, I love the battle buddies. We have all the information on Canines for Warriors right now. How you can get involved, just head to KSAT.com. And as we saw, you know, some of those pictures very powerful. They were out and about on some hikes.
Yeah.
If you're going to go for a hike, you got to do it soon. The temps are rising. Look at that, 67 already.
They are. Before you know it, we're going to be in the 70s, 80s, and today 93 degrees for the high max. Yeah, so that will be a record. But it's not all bad news. I mean, the humidity is going to be low, so it'll be a dry heat today. Yeah, 75 at 10. Noon will be at 86. Winds are going to be from the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're gradually going to see cirrus clouds increase today. Those high, thin, wispy clouds, we'll gradually see them increase. 93 for for the high this afternoon, right around 4 or 5 o'clock. And then this evening looks great for any kind of evening activities, high school football, just going out for your Saturday night. Sun's going to set close to 7 and temperatures should fall into the upper 70s by 9. So you will not need that jacket tonight. The last couple of days you've needed a light jacket in the evening hours. Not the case. This afternoon is going to just be hot. 93 degrees for the high in San Antonio, 93 in Canyon Lake, 91 in Kerrville. It's going to be 92 in Uvalde, 94 in Del Rio, 94 in Gonzales, and 92 in Beeville. Our average high in San Antonio this time of year is 81. We're going to be 12 degrees above that, but it is not out of the ordinary to get into the 90s this time of year. In fact, our average last 90-degree day is the 18th of October. So we're just a few degrees we're just a few days rather ahead of that. 65 outside right now though, so it's nice and cool. 66 in Hondo, 68 in New Braunfels, 62 in Uvalde, 70 in Rock Springs already, and 56 in Kerrville, 67 in Del Rio. This is the coolest we will be for the next 5 to 7 days as humidity is going to increase. But today the humidity will stay nice and low. Dew points are in the 40s right now. That is nice and dry. As we look at the futurecast dew point this afternoon, 46. When we're at 93, we're going to see dew points in the low 40s. That is really nice and dry. So in the shade, it shouldn't feel too bad. But watch what happens late tonight. Notice how near Corpus Christi and Victoria, dew points are higher. Overnight tonight, humidity surges. That Gulf of Mexico humidity climbs, and by the start of the morning tomorrow, it's going to be downright muggy. In fact, we may even see some fog tomorrow morning. And by Monday morning, our dew points are going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s, and that's where they're going to stay. Usually this time of year, in order to get that humidity out of here, we need a cool front. I don't see any cool fronts in our forecast until potentially around Halloween. So that means you will not need the jacket in the morning. Lows are going to be near 70 degrees in the morning over the week ahead. So last few mornings you'd need the jacket in the morning hours. Not going to be the case in the week ahead. We are seeing cirrus clouds increase from the west, and the reason for that is a Pacific hurricane. Pacific Hurricane Norma is a Category 2 hurricane with its sights set on Cabo San Lucas. It's expected to bring some rain and some tropical storm conditions to areas in western Mexico on the coast there. And even though we're not going to see direct rain from Norma, we are going to see energy and moisture brought our way. So what does this mean for our rain forecast in San Antonio? Well, hit or miss showers and storms. So on Monday, when we have that energy and that rain and that moisture from Norma, we're going to have about a 40% chance for scattered showers and storms around San Antonio and south central Texas. Not a guarantee of rain, but a possibility for rain, about 40% chance. And then we continue to see isolated rain in our forecast as an upper level low, which has a lot of energy associated with it, will be approaching Texas. The better rain is going to be from West Texas to North Texas, but we're going to be on the tail end of that system. And so through Wednesday, at least, we're going to have a chance for isolated showers and storms, 30% on Tuesday and Wednesday. Generally, the week ahead will be very spring-like, where we'll have mornings that are pretty muggy, near 70 degrees, afternoons that are warm, but not too hot, but you are going to feel that humidity out there, and then hit or miss showers and storms in the week ahead as well. So enjoy the last day of low humidity. Perhaps you want to go to a pumpkin patch or one of our many state parks. I'll have forecasts for those state park locations coming up in the next half hour.
All right. You know what? We only have 90s on the screen for today.
Hey, yeah.
I'm trying to think optimistically.
Yeah, and again, the low humidity. So even though it's hot, low humidity, it's going to be nice.
All right, so for everyone watching, if you want to do things, get out and about, enjoy the fall festivities while you can. And of course, we're going to be talking about a few of them. Before we head to break, a live look at the drive-through Flushon event happening right now until noon. This is Dub Ferris Athletic Complex. That is on North Loop 1604, right next to Stinson Middle School and Brandeis High School. Vaccinations available for adults and children 6 months and older. You do need to register first. Of course, if you want to head out there, make it easy, fast, convenient, we have all that information right now. Just head to KSAT.com. All right, time is 9:15, 67 degrees and climbing. A lot of recalls to tell you about, from food to toys, why you want to check the pantry or the kids' play area. We're going to explain right after the break.
But first, let's check out your lottery. Pick 3, 8, 5, 7, Fireball 5, Daily 4, 1, 1, 1, 2, 7, Fireball 7.
And your cash 5, 5, 10, 25, 28, 29. Here we go. Mega Millions 7, 29, 36, 49, 61. Big number 22, Megaplier 4. Good luck. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. So we need to tell you about this. Thousands of gun safes being recalled this morning after the death of a 12-year-old boy. Now, the popular safes may be easily opened by the wrong hands. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has our recall roundup, including kids' toys and even frozen burritos.
More than 60,000 gun safes sold at sporting goods stores are recalled after the death of a 12-year-old boy. Fortress Safe cites a programming flaw in the fingerprint reader. There are 39 reports of unregistered fingerprints opening safes. The recall covers various models and brand names: Fortress, Cabela's, Gettysburg, and Legend Range and Field.
If you have one of these gun safes, you're urged to stop using the biometrics and contact the manufacturer for a replacement. We have more details on our website.
More than 10,000 pounds of convenience store burritos are recalled because they may be contaminated with listeria. Dallas-based Don Miguel is recalling individually wrapped frozen carne asada burritos. The date code is D23270. Take it back or throw it out. Parent alert! Safety regulators warn stop using this bassinet. It's the 5-in-1 rocker bassinet sold at Walmart.com and other websites. It does not meet safety standards, and babies are at risk of suffocation. And stop the train. Fisher-Price is recalling 21,000 Thomas & Friends troublesome trucks. The trouble? The plastic piece that connects the cars can come off, and a child could choke on or swallow the high-powered magnet. Contact the company for a refund. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Time now is 9:21, 68 degrees. We got a lot coming up here on GMSA. A local family event helping families choose the right school for their kids. We're going to tell you about more about the School Discovery Day series that the nonprofit San Antonio Charter Moms is putting together. That's after the break. Good morning and welcome back. A local nonprofit organization, San Antonio Charter Moms, they're hosting a School Discovery Day series, and it starts today. So the purpose of this, help families choose the right schools for their children. Anywhere from 25 to 35 schools will be available at the event with their own booths. This event held at the Green Line, so that is 2532 Sydney Brooks. Starts at 11 a.m. It goes to 2 p.m. There's going to be activities for kids, so while the parents are asking important questions, kids can enjoy the outdoors and the event as well. The founder and CEO of the nonprofit, San Antonio Charter Moms, Inga Cotton, says this is an event for parents to ask the detailed questions, a chance for parents to find out an easier way in picking the right school for their child.
We always encourage families to do research online and go do school tours and information sessions at individual schools. But what's special about School Discovery Days is we have anywhere between 25 to 35 schools at tables at one event, and we make the events fun. There's activities for kids, like there's a petting zoo, there's face painting, there's food truck. And so then you get to interact with each school, ask them questions, ask those little detailed things, right? Like what sports and extracurriculars do you have? Like how early does the school day start? Do you have after school care? Do you have bus transportation? Just get all those little questions answered.
So if you can't make it today, don't worry. The School Discovery Day series is running until March. We have a list of all the events right now. Just head to KSAT.com. And speaking of events, we have a live event going on right now. It is a drive-through flu shot event. It is happening until noon at the Dub Ferris Athletic Complex. That is on North Loop 1604, right next to Stinson Middle School and Brandeis High School. Vaccinations are available for adults and kids 6 months and older. You do need to register to get your flu shot. You can head to KSAT.com. We have all the information, how to register, where to go, what time it goes to, everything you need to know. And if you do plan to be out and about today, if it's not getting your flu shot, but any of the fall festivities, do it early because as we take a look at the temperature, it is already 68 degrees and that is climbing. Ooh, could we see record-breaking heat today? Look at that. It is a gorgeous San Antonio Saturday morning. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. Good morning, welcome back. Happy Saturday. It is October 21st. It is a beautiful fall morning. We have football coming on later today. UTSA playing FAU in Florida, Sarah Spivey. Although looking at the temperatures right now, it feels like such a great fall football day. Friday Night Lights last night. But Sarah, you're telling us, actually, look at it now. It's already 71.
Yeah, the bug at the bottom of your screen there says 71. It's a little bit ahead of the airport temperature, which still reads in the 60s. But this morning, we got down into the 50s. So we are already at a 12-degree jump from the start of the day to right now. As you see outside, there are some cirrus clouds moving in from the west. And you can see that on the clouds and temperatures map here. Those cirrus clouds moving in from the west. So gradually today, we're going to be seeing cirrus clouds increase. It's 58 in Bulverde, but already 73 in Helotes, 64 in Castroville, 63 JBSA Randolph, and 68 in New Braunfels. A quick warm up today. You may be heading out to pumpkin patches or local fall festivals, but you will not need the jacket pretty much anymore today. 86 at noon and 92 at 3. Winds from the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your weather need to know. Say goodbye to the cool mornings after this morning, because we're going to be looking at humidity returning. So as early as tomorrow morning, some areas of fog, and that'll lead to some spotty rain next week with the humidity increasing. More on those cirrus clouds and the spotty rain originating from a Pacific hurricane out in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, those details ahead in just a few minutes. Max.
All right, so as Sarah said, a lot of people are going to be out and about. Pumpkin patches, fall festivities. We want to let you know there are some road closures that could block some weekend travels. Loop 1604 closures, all part of the North Expansion Project. Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazzo shares what you need to know before you head out the door.
The weekend is finally here, but if you travel along Loop 1604, you may want to start planning that commute ahead of time. Take a look at this video where we see a lot of the construction underway for the Loop 1604 North Expansion Project. Now, this overall project stretches about 23 miles from Loop 1604 all the way from Bandera Road to I-35, but it's been broken up into 5 segments. 3 of those segments are currently under construction, while segments 4 and 5 are still in the development stages. Now, part of this plan is to expand the number of lanes from 4 to 10. And keep this in mind, 150,000 drivers are estimated to drive down this corridor each and every day. So this road work is needed. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what you can expect overnight. So this full closure will begin Friday, October 20th and take us all the way up until Monday, October 23rd. Now this starts at 9 at night and finishes at 5 in the morning. So we'll see a full closure of the 1604 eastbound main lanes from the Vance Jackson Road exit ramp to the Lock Hill Selmo Road entrance ramp. So be sure to follow those detours. I want to take a drive over here now to another full closure we'll see along Loop 1604 that will begin around the same time. Now this time it will be the 1604 eastbound collector distributor at the I-10 interchange, and there will be detours out there as well, so just know what to expect. I want to take one more jump here now to where we'll see another closure, not a full one, but we'll see the 1604 eastbound frontage road closed through the I-10 interchange. According to TxDOT, that right lane will still remain open. I know this is a lot of information to digest, but if you scan this QR code, it takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. There's a full article I've written up which breaks down the 1604 North Expansion Project, as well as other closures that are taking place in our area, so plan that commute ahead of time.
It doesn't matter where it's coming from. If we all unite and come together, we have a solution.
So that was a San Antonio resident who says her neighbors are working together, banding together to try to stop criminals who are stealing their vehicles, breaking into their cars, and damaging their property. Tay Garcia caught some of the teens damaging her Halloween decorations, posted that video on Nextdoor. Now, neighbors were able to compare notes and present police with some strong evidence. San Antonio police reports an increase of more than 6% in property crimes across the city of San Antonio. They say well-lit homes and cameras that can actually help put a stop to this crime spree. They warn, though, you should never confront the thieves. All right, sticking with the courts. Attorneys for the former officer accused of shooting a teenager outside a Northside McDonald's last year. Well, the attorneys want to take the trial out of town. They asked the judge for a change in venue yesterday. Former officer James Brennan is accused of shooting Eric Cantu a year ago. His attorneys argue that this extensive media coverage and the comments made both by Police Chief William McManus and District Attorney Joe Gonzalez Those comments and the coverage have tainted the potential jury pool here in Bexar County. They say that would prevent Brennan from getting a fair trial. The next hearing is in December, and if prosecutors do not respond to this motion of venue change, well, the judge could grant the motion before the end of the year. Now to an update from 3 local congressmen who sent a letter to the National Park Service asking it to create a plan to preserve our missions after seeing a rise in vandalism. The National Park Service has responded. They say they've experienced persistent crime and vandalism since the start of the pandemic. They added it can't speculate as to why there's been an increase, but when it comes to a plan to preserve our sites, they say in part, quote, the National Park Service has been working closely with senior city and county officials, including law enforcement for the city of San Antonio, Bexar County, and other federal agencies, as well as partners and community groups to protect the iconic and internationally significant San Antonio missions, end quote. Well, Kenneth Chesborough has pleaded guilty in Fulton County, Georgia. All of this in terms of the 2020 election subversion case. He is one of 18 people.
Kenneth Chesborough was on the brink of trial.
We are ready. All right, along with other people and former President Donald Trump facing charges in the case. And as you just heard from him, Aaron Katursky can break it all down.
Kenneth Chesborough was on the brink of trial.
We are ready to kick this off.
Potential jurors had been called to court before Chesborough reversed course.
How do you plead to count 15, conspiracy to commit filing false documents in indictment number 23 SC 188947?
Guilty.
Chesborough is one of 18 defendants charged alongside former President Trump in the sprawling racketeering case that accuses them of conspiring to overturn Trump's 2020 loss in Georgia. Chesborough's guilty plea coming 24 hours after another, Sidney Powell's, and it is the latest victory for Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis. She now has 3 defendants cooperating against the former president and the remaining alleged co-conspirators.
To see somebody who's pleading out at the number 5 spot in a 19-person indictment suggests that that was a very big fish who pled out. And when he got a felony without prison, that suggests that that very big fish has very big information that he's able to share with the state.
Chesborough was accused of conspiring with the Trump campaign to create a slate of fake electors who would falsely claim Trump won the state. These images show those alleged fake electors at the state capitol a month after the election, following Chesborough's instructions to file this bogus certification of the votes.
I think he simply decided it was time for him to put this behind him and go on with his life.
As for the former president, he is also on trial in a civil fraud case in New York, where he just got in trouble with the judge. Trump was supposed to remove a post that disparaged the judge's law clerk, but it remained on his campaign website in violation of a partial gag order. The judge fined Trump $5,000 and warned future violations could come with more severe sanctions, including jail. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Well, sticking with the courts, a judge ruling that talk show host Alex Jones cannot use his Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing to evade paying the debt that he still has to pay of more than $1 billion to the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims. All this, according to the New York Times. Last year, the families of the victims in the elementary school shooting, they were awarded that $1.4 billion damages in the defamation suit against Alex Jones. The case was over comments he made saying that the mass shooting was staged and the families and first responders were actually actors. During the trials, his company, InfoWars, declared bankruptcy. Jones later declared personal bankruptcy as well. Well, headed to the capital of the United States, 3 Texas Republicans making moves to become the next U.S. House Speaker. The search drags on and really there is no clear path. Pete Sessions of Waco announcing he is running for Speaker. Jody Arrington of Lubbock and Roger Williams of Willow Park both thinking about going for the role. This after the man you see on your screen right now. Jim Jordan. He was dropped as the Republicans' nominee for Speaker. He failed to get the speakership not once, not twice, but 3 times. Many in the GOP, they're frustrated, they're angry, and they're confused because they can't figure out a way forward. Speaking of a way forward, Spirit Airlines canceling nearly 100 flights yesterday and another 81 today to perform a quote-unquote necessary inspection on 25 of their planes. The type of inspection was not specified by the airline, but according to the FlightWare.com, well, they canceled almost all of the Airbus A319 aircrafts. Spirit said the action being taken out in abundance of caution, but they will take several days for the operations to return to normal. Back here at home, happening now, a walk with more than 300 military veterans. This is happening in Military City, USA. They've come from all over, and their goal, raise awareness for veteran mental health and suicide prevention. The walk started early this morning around 7 a.m. on Broadway. They're going to make several stops around downtown throughout the day. We talked to some people who explained why it is so important to them.
We've been doing it since 2015 here in San Antonio. We started about 4 years ago. We have anywhere from 250 veterans to 300 show up for these events.
It's just getting bigger and bigger, and we're seeing more and more veterans that want to be a part of stuff like this and come out and find their community.
So the group, like we said, making several stops throughout downtown San Antonio, wrapping up this afternoon around 5 p.m. Time now, 9:40, 71 degrees. All right, we got a lot to talk about coming up next. What you need to know about a new tick-borne illness that could impact what you eat the rest of your life. So if you are out and about today, make sure to be wary of all the insects and the ticks. And of course, wear the sunblock. And if you do have plans, go out now. It is only 71 degrees, but as Sarah Spivey says, it's going to get much warmer. We're going to check in with her right after the break. Welcome back. So each year, 30,000 people are officially diagnosed with Lyme disease. CDC reports that, in fact, almost 500,000 people get sick from ticks each year across the United States. Lyme disease is just one of a dozen diseases that ticks can carry, including one that, get this, can actually make you allergic to eating meat. Alexa Lorenzo has the details.
Ticks. They're creepy and crawly, and you can be infected with bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Some tick-borne diseases include babesiosis, Colorado tick fever, Heartland virus, Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, tick-borne relapsing fever, and now doctors believe they can even cause food allergies.
Patients become sensitized by the tick bite, and then later when they eat red meat can have an allergic reaction.
Alpha-gal syndrome is a reaction to sugar found in red meat and dairy. It's caused by the bite of a Lone Star tick, and its impact is spreading across the country.
The most prevalent areas appear to be Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, but this tick is distributed really through much of the eastern seaboard and really out into the Midwest.
The CDC reports alpha-gal syndrome is now the 10th most common food allergy in the U.S. It affects up to 450,000 people, making them allergic to beef, pork, lamb, and dairy products.
Generally, these are delayed reactions, so maybe 4 or 6 or so hours after eating.
There's no cure, and the effect of a simple tick bite can last a lifetime. So protect yourself. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts when you're outside in wooded areas. And check yourself when you come back inside. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
The long sleeves and the sweatpants, that was pretty amenable about an hour and a half ago when it was in the 50s. Not going to be great for later today.
No, it isn't, because we're going to be in the low 90s. In fact, that will likely be a record for the day. So take a look at this. So in San Antonio, the forecast high is 93, but the record of 92 goes back to 1979. So we're likely going to beat that record. We beat a record yesterday. Del Rio's forecast is 94, likely to beat a record set back on this day in 2012. So enjoy temperatures where they're at right now. They're already rising. We started off the day at 59 degrees, and we're already starting to see temperatures in the 70s in places. 73 in Pleasanton, 70 in Uvalde, 70 in Carrizo Springs, 75 in Rock Springs, 75 in Cotulla. As we look around the San Antonio metro area, it's already 71 in Castroville, still in the 50s up in the Hill Country, 58 in Bulverde, 63 in Canyon Lake, and 68 in New Braunfels. But we are on our way to a warm day. By just in the next couple hours, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid-80s around lunch hour. Partly cloudy skies, increasing cirrus clouds for the high today, 93 in the afternoon. And by 5, we're going to be mostly cloudy. Those cirrus clouds are going to be around for most of the day. And this evening, the forecast looks pretty nice for any kind of outdoor activities. A lot of football games going on, things like that. And even though we're going to be in the 90s today, it's going to be nice with low humidity. So dew points are in the 40s right now. They're going to be in the 40s during the day, but enjoy the low humidity while it lasts, because as early as tomorrow morning, we're going to see dew points back into the muggy category. And throughout the week next week, our dew points are going to be in the 60s and near 70 degrees. We aren't going to be seeing a cool front this week that'll help to sweep away that humidity. So it is going to stay pretty humid. In fact, by tomorrow morning, fog fog is likely as the humidity increases. Here's a look at that futurecast. And tomorrow morning early by about 6, 7, 8, that's when we'll have some areas of fog. You'll notice the humidity as soon as you step out of the door early tomorrow morning. So it's kind of give and take, right? 93 today, so hot, but we'll have low humidity. Tomorrow, our high will be much cooler in the mid 80s, but it will be humid all day, and that's the catch. Looking at the weather setup, those cirrus clouds are increasing in from the west because of a hurricane all the way down here near Cabo San Lucas. Hurricane Norma, a Category 2 hurricane with wind gusts of up to 140 miles per hour, going to be working its way through Cabo San Lucas and eventually bringing some rain and tropical storm conditions to parts of western Mexico. While we will not be seeing rain directly from Norma, we are going to be getting energy and moisture from Norma across south central Texas and Texas this week. On Monday, our rain chances hold at about 40%. You can see on the futurecast a few scattered showers and storms possible during the day on Monday. Again, only 40% chance, so not a guarantee for rain. And then our hit or miss showers and storms are going to continue through most of next week because of a trough of low pressure inching toward Texas during the week. So the best we can do is a 30 to 40% chance for isolated to scattered showers and storms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Take a look at those morning lows. We are not going to be having those crisp, cool fall mornings. Our mornings are going to be near 70 degrees. It's going to stay humid all day. And we really don't have a significant cold front in our future until perhaps, Max, Halloween.
Okay.
And wouldn't it be wonderful if Monday or Tuesday of next week it actually feel like Halloween outside with the fall-like weather? Stay tuned for that forecast. Again, this week though, just going to be more spring-like.
Okay. Do you guys have the Halloween decorations up, ready to go?
So yes, my husband has he's a musician, so he has a lot of lights, so he's going to put those up for Halloween. I'm going to be here at KSAT on Halloween night, so we'll see what will happen there.
Are you going to dress up?
You know, evening shows.
Okay.
I will probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Stand by. Look at that tease.
I haven't made up my mind yet.
All right. Time now, 9:50, 72 degrees.
Originally called Mary's Gold, the marigold is named after the Virgin Mary. But in Mexico, it's called cempasúchil, the flower of the dead. Placed on graves and used to decorate altars during the Day of the Dead, it's believed the flower's vibrant colors and strong scent can lure souls back to the living. Since they bloom in early summer and die at fall's first frost, they also symbolize the fragility of life. The name cempasúchil is Aztec and roughly translated to flower of many petals. For the Aztecs, the flower was sacred, and its bright color represented the sun. Native to the Americas, it was cultivated for decorative, magical, medicinal, and agricultural purposes. They were thought to cure hiccups and were often planted near crops. As a matter of fact, the marigold produces a natural insecticide. Once Spanish explorers discovered the hardy plant, they took the seeds back to Europe. Now hundreds of varieties grow across the globe, including India, where the marigold has become an important ceremonial flower. For Hindus, the marigold symbolizes surrender to the divine.
Good morning and welcome back. So family life is changing, and for many, the role of grandma or grandpa is more important than ever. A new study shows that kids who grow up with close bonds to their grandparents are less likely to be depressed as adults. And the kids also have a greater understanding of who they are and who their parents are. The benefits actually happen to go both ways.
The research suggests that about 80% of grandparents that have been interviewed have said they would see a positive benefit from being closer to their grandchildren.
Grandparents who babysit grandkids regularly, get this, had a 37% lower mortality risk than adults who did not. Researchers suspect this has something to do with staying mentally active and having a purpose. Time now, 9:55, 72 degrees. Well, 1 in 8 women across the United States will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an opportunity to make sure you have the right information to keep you and your family safe. Joining us tomorrow on Leading SA, a breast radiation oncologist with UT Health San Antonio MD Anderson Cancer Center. If you have questions concerns, comments, you can submit them right now. Just head to the leading essay section of KSAT.com. Then join us tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for our live interview. We'll be right back.